Cloud Cuckooland by Anthony Doerr is a complex book. I'd never read anything by him and was intrigued by all the hype and interviews I'd seen about it. I'm embarrassed to say that at this point, I only remembered Cloud Cuckooland being referenced in the Lego movie, and even more embarrassing than that, as someone who holds a degree in theater and someone who considers herself well-read, I didn't remember the origins being in the Aristophanes play The Birds. So what is it for those of you who still don't know the reference? Living in Cloud Cuckooland describes someone believing utterly impossible things could occur. So with that said, let me dive into this book. There's a lot to keep track of in this novel. There are 5 different character perspectives, 3 of whose stories start in the middle and then backtrack, and then 3 completely different timelines in 3 different geographical locations. Not to mention one of the storylines is science fiction set aboard a spaceship. Another is historical fiction set in 1500s Constantinople. Another 2 could be considered contemporary literary fiction. And so I just found this level of complexity daunting. In fact, I had no idea how this story would eventually intersect, considering it followed 5 different storylines that spanned 8 centuries. I literally had to force myself to read 10% of the book every day, telling myself this had to have won the Pulitzer for a reason. 5 days later, I tucked away all the other books I was reading, and I fell in love with this novel. I was drawn in so much by the writing that I can confidently say this was one of the best books I've ever read. The themes that resounded with me the most was our interconnectedness through time and space, climate action, holding on to stories, and of course, my big love, being stewards of books. In essence, Cloud Cuckooland explores how stories possess the ability to lift readers beyond hardship, solitude, and the anguish that life often presents. Beyond these interwoven themes, there's so much to discuss. It made me contemplate my legacy and explore the vastness of philosophy and the universe, and that all of that fascinates me so much. Cloud Cuckooland is an outstanding read. There are so many quotes I wish I could give you, but the one that stands out for me the most right now is, "You said what is so beautiful about a fool is that a fool never knows when to give up." I'm so glad that I never gave up on this novel because it's going to speak to my heart for many years to come.